Last time the Black Bulls were trying to find leads on demons and curses to clear Asta's name. They get a clear lead from Gordon's father called Nathan, who points them to the presence of a large curse in the Heart Kingdom. Asta asks Yami if they can go there to investigate, but there are too many barriers in the way, and if they are caught sneaking in, it would cause an international scandal to cement this day. Visit the Golden Dawn to seek out Mimosa, who has ties to a nobility student exchange program, and she agrees to put in an application for them. Meanwhile, FINRA visits his family Langes, who has mellowed down since his defeat. FINRA declares he'll come a man good of Finns, but Langes pulls him. As soon as Fal sees two girls, he incontinently hits on them. Langes points out that if he cannot keep it in his pants, how is he supposed to be good of Finns the following day? Using his particular boat, Asta, Noel, Finn, and Mimosa sets passage for the Heart Kingdom. When they arrive at the Heart Kingdom, they're saluted by Ganja, a spirit guardian. The Heart Kingdom is a 200-time-old reality, a land of ringing aqueducts and trees that attend peacefully with the citizens who inhabit it. The entire country is defended within the Queen's monozone. Austin is suddenly abducted by the Queen, and Mimosa is shocked by this treason. Finn helps them chase after him, but when Ganja stands in their way, Noel equips her Valkyrie dress. Ganja remarks that they're first and third stage mamas, and he brandishes his unique room, lightning magic. He blasts them with an orbital ray of. Still, Finn moves them out of Detriment's way, allowing Noel to strike back with her water dragon. Meanwhile, Ada finds himself in a strange well girdled by water knights. He meets the Queen of the Heart area, the water spirit Anani. She has a need for his power and she begins drowning him. In the Heart Kingdom, majors are assigned stages grounded on their magic power. However, also fighters like her and Ganja are 0 stage if Ada is a 9th stage fighter without magic. But with Nero's help, Oda breaks free of the chains binding him, and he goes back on the descent. Ada attacks using his Kai, but rather of Unani, he sees a girl named Laura Chica, who's the queen and true sovereign of the Heart Kingdom. Meanwhile, Ganja apologizes to Noel and the others, saying he only attacked them to get a sense of their magical stages in magical battles between countries. The strength of a ma matters more than the number. Ada asks Laura Chica and Unani about the curse they detected, but Undying is confident that Lochia will not tell them anything. Still, Lochia ends up telling them, indeed showing them her curse, which will kill her in a time's time, which is the reason why they brought Oda then to use his strength to fight the devil who cursed her cold Magula. Still, before that, she remembers she forgot to water some trees, so she brings up a videotape feed of the entire country showing that all of it's under her constant watch and control. Unundone soon dresses her up in her proper garments, befitting of a queen, but she must over the devil Magula, who is currently attacking the Diamond Kingdom. Vanessa, Luck, and Magna witness him take out dozens of diamond captains all at once. For the first time, Luck doesn't want to fight. Laura Chica soon gathers the visiting Black Bulls, but clumsily falls while addressing them. Dine picks her up and focuses on the matter at hand. She wishes to use the unique powers of Clover Kingdom majors to help them fight back against me. She remarks that special cases like Oda and Nero are known as arcane stages, who defy the basic concept of magic categorization. In exchange, she will give them any information they desire. Meanwhile, Asta attempts to contact Yami to accept the terms himself, but he is taking the biggest dump of his life. So Mimosa contacts Julius, who agrees to Laura Chick's terms. But Megia is no ordinary devil and is far stronger than the one who attempted to revive the elves. Laura Chica plans to invade the Spade Kingdom where Mecula resides within 6 months before her power. As such, she wants to amass as much firepower as possible and train them into a fearsome fighting force. Ada and the others reconvene back at base and report to Yami. Luck reports the maid they witnessed wipe out a Diamond Kingdom drum army whom they suspect to be me himself. Yami decides they'll just have to train for 6 months until they can beat the devil. The various captains of the Clover Kingdom gather to address the citizens regarding their victory over the Midnight Sun. Owen disguises himself as Julius to fool both the citizens and the king into thinking that the Wizard King is still alive and definitely not a child. Augustus then takes the stage with Sek, now serving as his personal lackey. He gives his usual boring and megalomaniac address, but it is interrupted by Yami and Jack once again fighting over petty reasons. The citizens murmur over their violence, including rumors about USTA being possessed by a devil. The captains gather into a meeting hall where Charlotte is embarrassed to be sitting next to Yami, but with his usual lack of tact, he guesses she is simply constipated while Jack thinks she just needs to pee. Julius finally arrives, escorted by Dio, whom Yami eyes on. Julius then debriefs the captains on what Oda and the others have learned regarding magia, including the concept of magic stages and the need to bolster their strength. He plans to cooperate with Laura Chica on her attack against the Spade Kingdom within 6 months and asks the captains to train their subordinates the best they can. Vank and the other captains guilty of their actions while possessed as elves wish to hand in their resignations, but Julius reassures them that he trusts them. He then brings in Gelder, the former Orca's captain. He offers to pardon him in exchange for his astute business sense, which will bring more money into the kingdom since repairs cost a lot. In addition, Julius wants to cut the salaries of the captains by half to help beef up their coffers. Everyone except Yami and Jack agree the two poor captains drink their sorrows away. Bitter that the salary cut doesn't affect nobles like Fugo, they challenge Van Jeans to a game of cards in hopes of earning some money back. But they are instead stripped of all they have. Oda pays a visit back to Ha aboard Noel's broom with her awful broom handling skills along the way. He has a childish race with Uno back into their church where they are relieved to see father or she has made a complete recovery. He tells them that all the children at the orphanage are gone because they are all attending a new school that they built with Sister Lily serving as an instructor. The children are all excited to see them again, and especially the wind, as one of them yanks her out to play with. When Estas sees Sister Lily again, he promptly proposes to her, to which she responds with a water. Noel is distracted by the sudden proposal and crash lands into him. She, alongside Nero, is introduced by Estas' fellow comrades. Lily then asks them if they'd be willing to serve as temporary instructors since she believes the children might learn a thing or two from actual magic knights. In true Oda fashion, he removes his shirt and gathers the boys outside for physical training, leaving Uno behind to play house with the girls, along with Noel and Nero. They're later shown to the New Leaves room where those who have awakened their magic power are being instructed, under the tutelage of two nobles. The same nobles who made fun of Oda and Uno during their Grim War selection ceremony. They felt bad about how they treated them and turned over a new leaf, dedicating themselves to teaching others. The Grim War Tower Master called Dra greets Austin and says he's proud of all the work they've done that evening. Oster runs into Nash, who appears to not be attending any classes at. But as Nero and the others know, he is not attending because he is religiously following Estas' old training regimen. Osta and Uno meet each other on the same road. They started their journey on many months ago. They still have to get stronger. But for now they acknowledge that they are still equals on the same starting line. One afternoon, Oda and the Black Bulls are kidnapped by Mary Oli, who brings them back to the Yuan volcano region where they will train like never before. Amid the sweltering heat, Oda reunites with Leopold, whom he notices has gotten taller. But Oda shows off that he has also become more jacked. But Magnaluk and the others are unaware of the concept of mono skin. So one of the Crimson Lions supplements them with a magic. They are not climbing the volcano. This time, they are going to traverse the Ulam underground caves whose mono density is far more oppressive than the volcanoes. Maria warns them that if their mono skin wavers, they will burn to a crisp. Charming tries to sneak away, unwilling to involve herself in anything that doesn't involve food. But Maria attempts her with tales of unique ingredients found only inside the caves, which is enough to motivate. While Oda and Leopold race to reach the hot springs. First, Magna and Luck are scaling the sides of the wall, where Luck senses a strong opponent. Gordon watches anxiously as Charming tries to fish something from a pool of lava, but they instead find Magna and Luck fighting the unseen beast. Noel manages to overtake Asta and Leopold, but in her state of delirium, she ends up imagining Oda in his swimming trunks after causing a steam explosion out of embarrass. Noel finds herself attacked by a giant mutant spider, but Oda and Lethal come rescue her and drive away the monster, which sinks back into the darkness. But Maria arrives and explains that the spider they fought has been terrorizing the monsters in the area recently, but it seems to camouflage itself every time a stronger opponent approaches. Thus she threw them into the cave. As bait to lure it out, Fugo uses the salamander's fire breath to destroy a portion of a wall, revealing an entrance to a dungeon. After reporting the appearance of a dungeon to Julius, investigations reveal that it contains a magical item of great power. An advanced group consisting of Oda, Noel, Leopold, Randall, Luck, and Magna is sent to recover it. The dungeon is laden with TR-Aped spells reminiscent of Zora's, but Oda is able to cancel out their effects while Randall safely detonates them from afar. Luck and Magnum blaze on, while Leopold feels the need to improve after Oda. His rival not only fought a devil, but defeated it. He and Randall sense a strange magic and they set off to investigate. Meanwhile, Oda and Noel punch through most of the trap spells, but he's forced to carry her to safety. After a large lava wave comes their way, Leopold and Randall find a mysterious stone gate surrounded by several dormant geos. But the spider from earlier has returned, activating the Gollans to fight back. Oda, Noel, Magna, and Luck return and report to Mary their finding, including the clearing of traps and the discovery of strange mimics. But Maria notices that Leopold and Randall have yet to return and suspects that they've hit the jackpot. But the pair of lions is being pushed back by the goalies and their attacks seem to keep them only barely at bay. Randall reminds Leopold that he is one day going to lead the Crimson Lions, causing him to discover that he has far greater control of his magic than before Austin and the others arrive to support him. But Leopold finishes at him, harnessing the mana around him. He blasts all the goalies in a fiery inferno. Fugo commends them for making it to the treasure room. While the Magic Knights have already begun to see the fruits of their training, Noel in particular notices that the water spell she cast was far more powerful than before. Austin and Leopold present the magic item they were tasked to retrieve to Mary, but she bonds them for burning it to cinders. She sends them back into the dungeon to scour every corner for something worthwhile to bring back. The others are allowed to relax in the hot springs where Mary Yoa tells Noel that she's impressed with her progress, but she's still far from the warrior. Her mother was the Black Bulls, return home the next day and complain about Mary's Spartan training and hope that they don't have to see her for it. They joke that it would be funny if she were there waiting for them at their base. When they open their doors, Mary Olia is waiting for them at their base. Mary Jolia brings them to the Crimson Lion's base where they find that Mimosa and KSH were also invited. Fugo says they have been summoned to perform a task that could decide the future of the kingdom. Enter Teresa, who is celebrating her 15th year as a. Their very important mission is to party for her sake. Teresa would have preferred something more low-key, but she could not turn Fugo and Mary down when they also offered to feed the children among the children. Esta spies out Marie, but also sees a familiar-looking face. Teresa chastises a young boy, magically to age USH for spying on Marie. Afterwards, Fugo asks them to perform some party tricks for the occasion. Kirsch looks forward to doing a party trick full of his beauty, but Mimosa says that his whole existence is one big party trick. Mimosa and Noel perform their own routines, but surprisingly, it is Esta's plate routine that draws the biggest reaction from the kids. Teresa pressures Fugo into performing 1, 2, and left with no choice. He decides to pull an ace from his sleeve, boiling 3 separate eggs at different temperatures. The kids find this boring, so Maria performs her trick, picking them up by their heads and swinging them around. Austin curiously asks Thera what Fugo and Maria were like his children, and she replies that the former was diligent and a quick study while the latter was a wild child that became overpowered on her. But all great heroes have humble beginnings, as evidenced by how Mario Leona once set herself on fire by accident. The two siblings then begin bickering about their past, resulting in a full-on brawl. Austin, No are forced to defend the children while Mimosa and KSH also end up having a sibling brawl in an instant. Teresa puts an end to all the fights and as punishment, she shanks her previous protege Azan. As she leaves, Fugo and Mary apologetically offer to have another celebration, which she gladly accepts. Despite their inexperience, FINRA shares that he is also cursed to always flirt with women. He asks Austin to help him set his sights on OnlyFins, and he agrees. Of course, they do it the only way they know how, through a mixer. They invite Rebecca, Karen, and Eliza to another mixer, while Null and Nero watch from a distance. Funeral pretends he has no interest in the party, but this only irritates the girls, especially Rebecca, who remembers him as being obnoxious during the last mixer. But deep down, Funeral is in deep pain because for once a girl is interested in him. But he must stay loyal to Finn's out of reflex. He almost brings out a bouquet of flowers and he barely stops himself in. On the other side of the room, Sek is also having another mixer, and Noel feels seriously bad for the girls who agreed to see him. When he asks for more drinks, she blasts him with water. Austin and Luck begin hitting it off, and Finn is even more pain. He can't join in, but for some reason Eliza thinks of him as her ideal partner. Meanwhile, Nero is actually getting work done as a barmaid, causing the barkeep to tear up because he has an employee that works for once. But Nero spies some curiously high-ranking magic knights, including a mixer between the Black Bulls and the Blue Rose Knights. Purely of the Blue Roses is trying to help Charlotte make some romantic progress with Yami by organizing a mixer. But when she sees how dense the man is, she is forced to take drastic measures. She gives her advice to be more aggressive and forward, and above all to initiate physical contact, which Charlotte finds nearly impossible to. However, over dinner, Charlotte's hand ends up touching Yama's as they both reach for a pepper shaker, so she freaks out and jumps out a window trying to resist Eliza's charms. Finn hears her in distress and rescues her, but miraculously he manages to stop himself from flirting. Finn's, who was watching in disguise alongside Languish, remarks that Finn's flirtatious attitude is just another part of his kindness. Yami and the others arrive to join Ada and his friends for a, but the night is still young and Pulley works some of her magic to have Charlotte sit next to Yami. The Black Bulls are back at the beach town of RAC to train. While Noel trains, she hears a faint but familiar sound over lunch. Noel is unable to ignore the sound any longer and seeks it out. She follows the sound towards the beach where she meets Kano and Kyoto, who humbly requests their help. They bring the Black Bulls to the underwater temple. The last time they were here, they absolutely clapped Veto of the Midnight. Here, JSO requests their help in guiding Kano and Kyoto towards an undersea beast responsible for recent attacks. Once there, the pair will perform song and dance to appease it. Yami is hesitant to loan out his squad as some simple security service, but Noel personally offers her assistance, suspecting that a devil might also be at work. But because the Mona density is greater, the deeper they go, Noel is only able to create a smaller and more condensed sea dragon's cradle. So Yami assigns Finn to go with her and to bring everyone back in one piece if things go. As they begin their descent down below, they are attacked by fishmen, which easily pierce through No's cradle. Kano and Kyoto emerge from the bubble to fight back, and Finn immediately opens a portal to send Noel back. However, another attack pops their bubble and they both begin to drown. Noel manages not to panic in taking a page from the Heart Kingdom. She harnesses the surrounding mana to augment, allowing her to form personal cradles for her allies far stronger than before. They continue their journey until they come across a mighty kraken, but Noel's Valerie dress dispatches it with ease. They eventually reach an underground ruin where they encounter the massive sea guardian Chiho, and Kyoto manage to comment, revealing that it was nursing. It's young whose sound Null recognizes from before when it touches her. She has shown a memory of her, who came to visit this same place many years ago as they return to the surface. Kano and Kyoto thank them for their help, while Yami reminds Finn that he trusts him, since he has his own way of fighting as they head off to prepare a barbecue with the meat they brought back. Null silently resolves to become stronger and to surpass her mother. Training to defeat the devil is hard work, and eating grilled kraken is also part of that training. And this brings the anime to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on another video. Until next time, take care. Till next time,